Hi guys, I'm Shivansh, a CAT 2020 topper and a student at IIM Bangalore. And I am back with some gyan about how I planned the last 4 months of my preparation. With just about 3.5 or 4 months remaining, I know it gets onto your nerves when you are up for an exam like CAT. So let me just share my journey, and maybe those experiences might be helpful for you in yours. So, with time squeezing in, we have very little time to rethink strategies and approaches जो हम अपने preparation में implement कर सकते हैं. So basically, what I'll do is I'll divide this video into three segments. Before getting into all these three sections, the VAR, CDLR, and QA, I'll just brief an overall strategy that I used to follow. So the best strategy, according to me, as time nears, is giving exams, because those are the the only evaluation criteria that you have for yourself, in which you can actually know what gaps lie in your preparation. So as an engineer, what I used to think was that quant is pretty sorted for me, but giving these exams actually teaches a lot of things to you, because it's not just about how much you know, but also about how timely you can do it and how much time can you save, because given the 2020 exam time was reduced to 2 hours only. So what I used to do is basically give two tests a week, and spend the rest of the days analyzing those tests. Now, what I mean by analyzing is not just knowing what are the correct answers, basically knowing the solution key, but the more important thing is analyzing how much time you spent on that question. What was the level of that question? I mean, whether it was worth spending that much time. Was it a hard question, or did you really spend time on an easy question that could be done by just a formula? So these things actually give you the real gaps that lie in your preparation. Okay. So my first tip would be to give a good amount of tests, not many, because you can't then analyze them properly, but give a fair amount of tests to know where you stand, because you might be really confident in one sector and maybe that sector doesn't work for you well. So let's just deep dive in all the different uh, sections that we have, and meanwhile I'll just share some of my tips, some of my journey things that I used to do. So first of all is VARC. So in my preparation it was really good. I mean, my VARC was really good as far as I thought. I think I overestimated myself, but what I realized was there are two things to VRC. Okay, the first thing is reading speed, and it just does not mean how fast you read, but it means how fast you assimilate what you read. Because if you don't assimilate it, what will happen is you will have to read it again according to questions, and that might actually create a barrier, because you'll consume a lot of time in those RCs and maybe not have time for VA questions at all. Now, the second thing that I realized is do not go for all the RCs together, because RCs are tiring in themselves. So, what I used to do is I would attempt one or a couple of RCs if the first one was easy, and then go for some VA questions, because those are single handed questions and you can actually get that zone out for you, because you have been tired out by reading those passages, 500-word passages. So you can just focus on some individual questions, maybe do a couple of those and return back to the third RC, and then switch back and forth accordingly. So this is a strategy that actually helps you out, because it not only manages your time effectively, it creates that headspace in which you can think properly. मतलब कितना भी fast read करते हो, but the thing is you will not be absorbing it properly after कुछ RCs. Like if you do two RCs in a row, the third one might be a bit tiring for you, even though easy होगा. So that would be my first step. Another thing in VARC that you can try is practice a lot of RCs. Like I've I've been advised to read editorials and which are really great for people who are not having that kind of reading speed. But if you have a fair reading speed, then क्या कर सकते हैं कि you can just focus on 2 RCs a day. Like every day you can just attempt 2 random RCs because RCs में reading speed is not the only thing. It's also about the type of questions क्योंकि काफी close answers होते हैं. And VRC में the one thing that you will realize is it's all about perspective. मतलब हो सकता है कि 2 आंसर्स इतने क्लोज हो कि वो ऑलमोस्ट करेक्ट हो, बट इन द एंड there's just one right perspective to look at the question, and that will be developed धीरे धीरे. Like your intuition and the question's intuitive answer may not match initially, तो वो matching के लिए थोड़ा time लगता है, which will come through practice. So that's not something to worry about. VA requires a lot of practice because para jumbles are not very straightforward in most of the questions. और अगर होते भी हैं तो there are catches too. So there are some frameworks that you can actually look at, and वो frameworks follow करते करते you will get almost 80% of your para jumble done. But then you'll have that 20% जिसमें तुम्हें अपना catch लगाना पड़ेगा, right? So वो भी practice आएगा. So VRC is more about developing your reading speed first and then getting into the practice part. Okay. Next, moving on to DILR. DILR is the best section according to me because the frameworks are really simple. You have some set type of questions, set frameworks to solve those. But होता ये है कि there are unconventional questions that might come up which will use those frameworks. But since you have no practice of unconventional questions, let's say, तो वहाँ struggle हो जाएगी. And also DILR में it's very important to know that you have to separate out DI questions from LR questions. There will be some which involve both of these. Those are really time consuming. So what you can do is, what I used to do is at least, was I would see all the DI questions and I would just read them up, like skim them up, just knowing what I have to figure out from that particular data, and then leave it aside. I'd go for pure LR questions first, solve them up. If I get at least 1 or 2 LR questions sorted, then that will give me a confidence that DI questions will already be pretty straightforward. They would just need your calculation part. So if I can even solve 1 or 2 LR, pure LR questions, that would give me the confidence, and then I can go back to a DI and solve that. Maybe the tricky one, that is the LRDI mix up, you can try that in the beginning, because in the end वहाँ पे time crunch आ जाता है. You can't really spend the last 15 minutes on solving a LRDI mixed question. Last 15 minutes is purely for a question you can solve. Okay, so keep the question that you know at the last, and I would prefer LR being done first because उसमें थोड़ी you have to apply your brains first, and it will not be like time crunch में होना, it becomes a barrier because you see the time, it's running out, and maybe your brain doesn't work out, even if it's an easy LR question. I used to do that. Next, moving on is again LRDI. Also, you have to practice a lot because frameworks are pretty straightforward. You can finish them up within no time, but then you have to focus on practicing those questions, practicing those unconventional questions, the mixed LRDI questions, the different kind of DI questions. Maybe you'll not get the bar graphs and pie charts that you normally encounter. You'll get something really different. Then you will need to know how to figure out that. Okay. Lastly, moving on to the quant section. Yeah. So the pro tip is, do not overestimate yourself in quant, because when an engineer looks at a mathematics problem, it's mostly like they have to solve it. They feel that need that they have to solve it, and they cannot move to the next question without solving it, which is absolutely wrong according to me. So in quant, my strategy was to do 3 skims. Okay. So पहले skim में you will have to just do the questions that is solvable within a minute, within like 45 seconds itself. मतलब there's a formula and you know the formula, you'll have to just apply the values and do that. So वो हो गया तुम्हारा super easy वाला scheme, super easy to easy वाला scheme. Okay, so that must finish within 25% time of the total time, 25% of the total time allotted to that section, just 40 minutes in our case. Okay, so after finishing the super easy scheme, go for the moderate scheme. So basically the questions that you are confident about, but not but you know that there will be some calculation involved. So you do those calculations, you finish it up, and now you'll be done with two schemes. Now what happens is many people just do these two schemes and the time is up. So what I would advise is practice a lot on these formula applications, direct formula applications, so that at least the super easy scheme is super fast, because of which you'll get time in the moderate one. You need to get acquainted with the on-screen calculator, because if you don't, it will be a hassle for you even in LRDI. So do the moderate one then, and if you have, like, you should ideally have 15 minutes or something remaining for the hard scheme. So hard scheme, there'll be very few questions left. Most of the questions will be covered in the moderate scheme. Now there'll be few questions left, those will be tricky. I would advise just go for the hard questions which are based on the topics that you are confident about. At least, like, let's say if I'm not confident about the permutation, combination and probability, and if there's a hard question I see on that particular topic, I would just avoid that, not go for it. I would instead go for a geometry hard question if I am very well conversant in geometry. So that used to be my trick. So in VRC, again, I'll reiterate the points that I discussed. In VRC, you'll have to develop your speed and practice those RCs together. And exam ke time, the strategy should be mix of RC and VA first. DILR, keep the pure LR first. Try the mixed LRDI in the beginning too, and keep the DIs skimmed up before and then attempt them at the later stage. For quant, do the three schemes: super easy, moderate and hard, and be confident in at least 60 to 8, not even 60, I would say 70 to 80% of the quant portion, because what will happen is integrated concepts are there. A question will will be needing something from geometry, maybe needing something from probability. So you'll need some 3 to 4 concepts in a question maybe. So uske liye you need to at least cover 70 to 80% syllabus properly, and even then have some time for the hard questions left. So practice the super easy ones. So this would be my advice for all the 3 sections. I would say it becomes fairly easy if you have the right strategies in your mind, because more often than not, what happens is people know what to do, but due to some let's say some question that they were not able to attempt, they get underconfident and then they start messing up the easy ones. So please do not fall prey to that, and do not go into the ego attempting technique, because what will happen is if you get stuck on the question, nobody loses more than you. Yeah, so that will be all for this video. I hope you liked the video and it helped you in some way, and if it did, please like the video, comment, share among other CAT aspirants too, and stay tuned to watch other videos, my upcoming videos on this channel again.